Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine, thank you. Today I visited the church again and I had a meeting with this lady Ingrid at 10 o'clock. She wanted a follow up from last week and it was lovely. She took me to the grocery store. I bought like underwear because I have only like one pair of underwear as Erica has my laundry and won't give it back. And a hairbrush so I don't need to comb my with my fingers anymore. So that was nice. And some skin cream and things like that. We also went to the pharmacy and got medicine, both for the ADHD and epilepsy. So that is good. She gave me another gift card for the grocery store also, so I can buy some food and new clothes because I said I don't have any clothes. But they have their basement is full of clothes that are donated to them. So she said, "Go and take what you need." So I took some, jeans and sweaters and some dresses and stuff like that. So I have a little bit of clothes, especially now when it's this weather. It's like 24 degrees outside. It's it it went from like really early spring to summer in a moment, and that is typical Sweden, I think. So now I have that covered. They gave me food today and a lunchbox for tomorrow. And she gave me this. She said she had seen it and she thought about me. She said, I want to give it to you. It's beautiful. So she said she had bought one for her daughter also, and her daughter had it under the pillow. And tomorrow is full moon, so I'm going to charge this with full moon energy. It's beautiful. I gave my mom got my silver cross back, and I do miss it a lot, but I am not meant to have it at the moment. So I told her you have to keep it for me. But now I have another cross, so that is nice. And I met the other day. I met a friend of Mikke's who was really lovely, but he's angry. He told me, I'm angry. I'm an angry person. He's very bitter at life. Life hasn't treated him very well. Lots of traumas and stuff from childhood, and he spoke about his girlfriend don't want to be with him because of his issues. And I said, yes, you are probably transferring over your negative energy onto her. And she takes in your energies and then she carries it, and it will be very heavy for her. So she did well by breaking it. But of course, you love each other. And I said to him, it's a really good step that you are willing to make the changes, not only for her, but for your own health also. And I explained to him a little bit about how the spiritual awakening work, because he has a spiritual awakening, obviously. Universe is sending them to me. It's insane. And he said, oh, I don't believe in the religious thing. And I said, it's not about religion. A spiritual awakening is a transformation process that you need to do from inside. It means that you need to, you will shift your mindset, you will have a broader perspective, you will have to do your shadow work, you will, your what traumas and stuff is in your subconscious that you hide from and don't even know is there. It's like collecting dust and everything, and that is going out into your energy. So you are angry and bitter, and sometimes you probably don't even know why. And the point is that all this trash in your subconscious is coming up to the surface in order for you to confront it and make peace with it, accept it, and release it. And that is true freedom, I said. And this is the journey you're on now. And I told him about how the energies work. That I said something that quantum physics is proving how that we are all energies now, and energies never die. So the energies you carry, what you send out is what you will get back. That's why many people are either blocked or they get in those loops. They do the same mistake over and over and over because they don't learn. Because what you send out is what universe puts back into you. Universe reads what frequency you vibrate on. Universe doesn't reply to what you wish for and ask for in words. They reply and send you what you transfer out. So it's all about the energies. You need to be aware both about what energies you carry, what energies you're sending out, and what energies you take in. Because sometimes a person, like your girlfriend, I told him, she is probably taking in your energies and she's making them to her own, and then she will feel very bad because she's carrying energies that are not hers, negative energies. So I said it's important to be aware of how the energies work and to have a high frequency, vibrate up here, because if you vibrate down here and you have like this tunnel vision, you can't see possibilities, you're limiting yourself, you're negative, and you think that I can do this, and I don't deserve this or anything. You don't see your potential, you don't see your worth. Then you're vibrating on very low frequency. You need to see the potential you have. You need to realize I can do this. You need to, even in the shit, it's good to try to think positive, because universe will reply to your positive mindset, positive thinking. So when you are ruled by your ego mind, I told him, the shadow self, the ego is not about being selfish. It is your fears, your insecurities, your all of those negative things, bad habits, negative mindsets, and all of that. This is what is ruling most people today. Those who are waking up, they are moving from like the 3D society up to 5D. That is what it said, at least. And that means a broader perspective. You start to see good even in the bad. Like my homelessness, other people would think that was terrible, and my mom would probably be devastated knowing I'm homeless. But I see it as something to learn from, something to grow from. This is an experience, and this is an experience that I need. It's not a bump on my path. This is a chapter I need to go through to get a bigger understanding, both about finances, money, that money is not everything, but also to see the beauty in society, because society is very cold now. People are not nice to each other. And still, here I am walking this homeless path, and I meet beautiful people, and I see that there is not only darkness, there is so much kindness and goodness. So it broadens my perspective and makes me see the world differently. So that makes me vibrate up here. And I said, knowing about the energies and have the awareness of where your consciousness is, how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you are responding to what you are doing, your actions, and to respond to those feelings and thoughts and stuff. That is so essential for your growth. And this is what the spiritual journey is about, I told him. It's not about being religious. It is a transformation journey about finding your true, authentic self. Because humans today, we live with layers on top of us. Shadows, we have been taught to do this is right, and this is right, and this is right. No, maybe it's not right. But society dictates how we are supposed to live our life. What is true, what is not, what is right, what is not. It starts with our parents raising us. And then the brainwashing begins. We are being taught by parents who are raising us, which is a good thing that they are raising us. But many parents are raising their children to think in a certain way, to behave in a certain way, which makes their true self get hidden by layers and layers and layers and layers, and then they can't express themselves authentically. We are as most authentic when we are children, but it doesn't take long until we are being shaped to fit into society's boxes, to be a sheep, and then school comes, and then work comes, and then the external factors, what friends we have, what we watch and what we see and what we take in. And somewhere along that life path, we lose ourselves, or we never even get to be in contact with our true selves, because we live with masks. We adjust to what society dictates is the right thing. We are like robots, I told him. And it is when you start peeling off all those layers, which you do in a transformation journey, that you actually find your true self. You find, oh, I didn't know this was quite fun. Oh, that was fun. You start to seeing things that you have not thought about before. You start to realizing things about yourself that you didn't know were there, because it has been hidden under layers of false truth. And I said the self love and self worth comes there also, because he had said you need to look in the mirror and you need to appreciate yourself, believe in yourself. And he said, I cannot. And I said, no, not now, but keep doing it, and one day you will realize, oh my God, I'm quite awesome. And there is no shame in thinking you are awesome and amazing. I told him that is to embrace yourself. We are being shamed a lot in society today. When I said something like good about myself, my little sister, she said, oh, you're so full of yourself. You think you're all that. No, I don't. But I am allowed to think good about myself. But in society, it is like you are not really allowed to, in a way. You hide yourself, you hide your beauty behind these masks of pretend. And the transformation journey is it's liberating. It's beautiful. So I said, this is probably where you're at, but you have gotten the insights that you need to change. Otherwise, you will lose your girlfriend, most of all. But so you have a source of inspiration in her, because you love her, you want to stay with her, but she cannot stay with you because you are destructive for her at the moment. But your true self is not, because you are a beautiful soul, I told him. But you need to find that beauty, and you need to release the traumas and the shadows that is making you angry and sad and depressed. And that is manageable. And he told me, you're an interesting woman. I need to talk more with you, and she needs to talk with you also. And I said, yeah. I said, I have done the journey. And this with the energies is very important. I told him I'm homeless. I stay on Mika's sofa. And he said, oh, I have been there too. So he knew what I spoke about. And I said, yes, but it's a good thing. And then I said I broke up with my family, not because, I do love my family a lot, but we are not vibrating on the same frequency at the moment, which means that we don't speak the same language. They can't understand me and my mindset and how I think and why I need to do this journey. My mom wants me back into healthcare, to a safety, to the job, to the hamster wheel, which universe is, you're not going to be in the hamster wheel. That's not going to happen. So they made sure that I was removed from my family. I accepted it because I know that they are right. At the moment, my family cannot support me, and it's fine, because we are not speaking the same language. They don't understand my journey, which is fine. It's just that for universe, that is an anchor, someone who wants to hold me back. For me, that is my mom. She loves me dearly. She wants the best for me. She wants me into safety, but universe said no, not now. And it's a shame, but I accept it, and it's fine, because I know I need to do this journey, and I need to do it without people holding me back. However much they love me, I cannot have that now, because I am moving forward. I told my mom, I'm following the light now. I'm following the signs. I'm following universe. She doesn't believe in the universe, and that is fine. But I know that there is a universe, there is a higher power, and they are my truth. It doesn't have to be her truth, but there need to be acceptance, and it was not. And she wants me into safety, which I can understand also, because I'm her child. So I had to, you know, cut the cords. I actually did a cut the cord spell a couple of weeks ago. I felt this heaviness. I had removed all social media. I changed my phone number so they couldn't reach me and everything like that. Only for because I couldn't have them in my life at the moment. And it was difficult for me to do that. It was like killing myself off a little bit. I think my mom took it that way because I I had a vision one night and I heard a voice saying, and it was a man. It was my higher self actually. He said, "You have a flood in your heart." And I asked Cora, my spirit guide, what does he mean? Flood in your heart. And she said, you have a flood in your heart. And then I realized, because I had felt this heaviness, this pain, of course it was difficult for me to do this because I knew that I broke my mom's heart. But I realized also that this pain that I felt, however much I felt this sadness for not having contact with my mom anymore, I knew she was devastated, and it was her pain I felt, because the energies work like that. We are all connected. That is why, like, I do Reiki healing, I can do it on distance. It's like Wi-Fi. I see the energy like a fishing net of some sort. We are all connected through the energy field. So what I felt, as I'm a medium also, I felt my mom's pain, and it was breaking my heart. It was so heavy on me, so heavy on me. And I asked Sophia, who's a witch, I said, you need to help me, because I can feel a pain that is not mine. It's my mom's pain. And I need to release it from me. And she did so. She did clean all my chakras, and she said, I can see it like a lump of stones around your heart, and I need to break through, she said, to open it up. And I said, yes, it's my mom's pain. And she did. And then afterwards I went out to the forest, and then I made a cut the cord spell on my own. I had seen it. It is all about breaking the energy bonds. And so I did. It was about mantras, and I was like repeating over and over that I cut these energy bonds. I cut these energy bonds to free my mother from the pain, but also to free myself. So the bonds are cut. I did it to all my siblings and my mom and stuff like that. And then that night I had a dream that I got a letter from my mom, and she was furious at me. So when I woke up that morning, I realized that my mom is not in the grief stage anymore. In these stages of grief, she's in the anger now, which is a good thing. So I realized she's in anger now. That's good. Then she's not in the same pain anymore. And then a couple of days later, I had a dream that she had reached acceptance, that things are as they are. And I could feel it was a lighter energy around me. So I had taken in her energies, even if she is so far away from me on the other side of Sweden. And I'm here. So I told him this is how the energies work. And it was actually easier to cut the cords, the energy ties. I do miss my family, obviously. I do love them. But at the moment, this is how it needs to be. I will find my way. I want her to be happy, because there's no one I love more than my mom. So, and she will be fine. She will be fine, and so will I. So I explained this to him, and I think he understood a little bit what I meant. And I said to him that how you act and behave, even if you don't hurt your girlfriend, like literally with words and hit her and stuff. But your anger and your pain transfers over to her, so you hurt her anyway. And this needs to change, both for her and for you. And this journey, you need to, of course, I understand you do it to keep her, but you need to do it for yourself first and most. And this is what is happening. Universe is helping you now. He doesn't believe in universe, but I said you don't have to believe in universe. You don't have to believe in God or spirit guides like I do. Many people have this transformation journey, but they don't believe in the higher power, and that's fine, because it's all about the personal and spiritual growth, your personal and spiritual growth. And every journey is unique. Some people realize there is a higher power and they connect to this higher power like I have, but not everyone, and that's fine. The good thing about, we are allowed to think and believe in what we want. As long as we accept and respect each other's belief, that's fine. So I said, you don't have to believe, but the transformation, if the journey has started for you, there is no stopping it. You can't stop it because something has triggered your awakening process. And it is possibly your girlfriend saying enough is enough. Divorce and stuff can also trigger a spiritual awakening. Something traumatic is happening. And so I said, it's just like ride a wave because you can't undo this journey. You need to go through with it, and it will be difficult for you because you have a lot to cleanse out in your subconscious. I said your subconscious is like a file cabinet of some sort. It is your subconscious, everything is filed there, but not in order and anything. It's every thought, every action, everything that you take in is collected there. And the unhealthy things, what the darkness stuff, we don't want to acknowledge that, so we pretend it's not there, but it's still there, and it's collecting dust, and then it's building on, even if we are not aware of it. And that is why we make certain choices and why we behave in certain ways and stuff like that. So if you want to feel better, you need to go to the root of the problem. It doesn't help with only dealing with the anger on the surface. You need to dig deep, and if you don't do it, universe will make sure it's done. You cannot stop a spiritual awakening process, and it will be dark in the beginning. The dark night of the soul is very dark because you are forced to confront everything that is painful for you, and it will go in processes. Something will trigger it. There can come a setback, and it will awaken things inside of you just in order to make you release it, I told him. And it's easier to cooperate with universe and not fight it. I have done that, and it hurts and it's difficult. If they want you to release something, to confront a certain trauma that you have been hiding from because it was too painful, just face it and do what is needed. And along the way, I said, you will start to be aware of how you're thinking, how you're acting, the impulses and everything. This is how I can manage my life without ADHD medicine, because when certain things happen, I start to think, what am I supposed to learn from this? Why is this happening? I don't act before I think anymore. So I have gotten a little bit of calmness inside, and it's a good thing. So it's all about, raising your frequency, enlightenment, get a higher consciousness. It's about going from the 3D mindset up to the 5D, or so they say. I don't know about that, and when you have started the journey, you need to go through with it, because there's no hiding away from it. But it's a good thing. It's difficult, and it's heavy, and it's often very lonely, and it's very dark in many moments, but it's also liberating. It gives you freedom in a whole other way that you have never known before. Because releasing and accepting, that is what will set you free. You accept what you cannot change, what has happened. You forgive. It's all about forgiveness. You forgive what has been done to you. Why hold grudges? Why feel pain and anger from what certain people have done for you or whatever you feel? Why? There is no point in it. I actually, when I like ended all social media and stuff, I got a visit from my mother's spirit guide. After my higher self had said, "You have a flood in your heart." And there was a woman visiting me, and she said, "Your mother wish she could apologize to you. She wants to tell you how sorry she is for everything." And I asked, "Cora, who was this?" And she said, "Who do you think it was?" And I asked, "Is it my mother's spirit guide?" And she said, "Yes, because your mother can't contact you. So her guide is coming to you." And I told Cora she doesn't have anything to apologize for feeling or to be like she has done something wrong. Yes, we don't see eye to eye always, and I have another belief than she does, and she hasn't supported me very well, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing to forgive. I want my mom to be happy, to move on. And there is nothing, I don't hold any bad feelings or something. She's the one that I love the most. No matter everything that has happened or not happened or whatever else, doesn't matter. And that morning or something, I don't know if the spirit guide did something with my mom, because I felt a relief of some sort. And this was where this acceptance part came in. I think my mom was calmer because I didn't feel her pain anymore. So it is actually rather interesting how it works. I had a dream about my big sister the other day also, or a vision. I heard a voice screaming her name, Susanna. Her name is Susanna. And I asked the universe, and I said, why? Why? I have like put my family behind me now because I am so intent on moving forward. So they are set aside a little bit emotionally. Yeah, not emotionally, that's impossible because I do love my family. But I mean, I don't go thinking about things and stuff like that. I can't do that. I need to think forward. And I said, why am I calling for my sister? And she said, you will see. And I said, okay, we'll see. So it's interesting how it works. Other things. Yesterday I was filming. I wanted to see if the orbs were still there. But they are gone now, which means that the black men are gone. And I know that Aaron will come to me. But yesterday, Cora said to me that Aaron is here, but he doesn't remember me because Aaron incarnated down, but he doesn't remember because that is how it works. When they come down, they don't remember. And I had a dream where I said I talked to him, and he said to me, "I don't remember." And then a voice said in the dream, "There is an on and off switch. You need to find the on switch." That is how Cora's consciousness, I mean, her higher self, because we all have a higher and lower self. The lower self is us who are here on earth, but the higher self is the big boss up there. Your higher consciousness, the big boss. And we are the lower self. So Cora has come down, but her higher self is up there. So I still communicate with her, but her lower self is down here as Aaron. But Aaron don't remember because Aaron has incarnated. He's a human now. And as a human, there is no remembrance about everything happened but me and stuff, because that is Cora, the higher self. So that is a problem. But I'm thinking, well, it took Cora lifetimes for me to remember her. I do it now. Last April, I started to get in contact with her. I could channel her the first time. And she told me about our love. The reason I have never had a relationship lasting longer than a month is because I never allowed myself to love another one. Because my soul always belonged to Cora, as her soul always belonged to me. So she said to me, Aaron doesn't remember, just like you didn't remember me. But you remember me now, because your soul is awakened. And he is in a spiritual awakening, and his soul will remember you, but his human self won't. So I was a little bit, oh my goodness. But then I realized, yes, she have worked her butt off for me to remember her, for my soul to stay awake. So the love, the love is there. It's unconditional. Maybe it's my turn now. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. It doesn't matter. I told her I don't want this anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I just want to feel safe and good, and I want to move on. I want to do my soul mission, which is to talk and guide and lead people like this a little bit. I don't know. I don't want to worry, and I don't want to long for something that I can never have, possibly. And she said, do you want us to change the path for you? And I said, yes. And then she said, then we will change the path. And I said, take me from Sweden, please. Give me my undies. If I'm going to have her alone, so be it. Many people are single parents. And she said, if this is what you want. But then I realized that Aaron is supposedly to be here, actually. Universe had guided him here. So I could meet him. Who knows? If our souls knows each other, we'll see. I'll take it as it comes. Let universe do the guiding. So it's going to be interesting. And about that, about my soul mission to guide and lead people, I saw on YouTube today, my latest video have gotten 100 views on YouTube. It's usually 1 or 2 views, and that is probably my own. So 100 views. How can it go from 2 views to 100, like overnight? So in my Elvenar game, there was a lady. She said, "Congratulations," she said to me. "You have had a breakthrough on YouTube, I see." And I was like, huh? And then I looked and, oh my God, 102 views. This is universe. They always said to me, you are going to be an influencer. And maybe the time has come. I don't know. We'll see. I'm doing my part. I'm not going to get anxieties and worries and stuff because my darkness is finally tucked away. However much pain I feel at times, because we all have lows, I'm not going to get there. I'm moving forward. Hopefully, I will move forward outside of Sweden, but for now I'm here and it's fine. Church is helping me. I have Micke, and I'm looking forward to what to come. Tonight we will go out and watch the bonfire, I think it's called. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I babbled now for half an hour. So if you listen so far, have a beautiful day, and thank you. And take good care of yourself, okay? Love you. Bye.